Welcome back to On the Branch.
So apparently I'm not allowed to play anymore because I'm just here to rant about Rogue One.
Yeah, we don't want to spend the time for you to get good at this game because this game is fucking amazing hard.
Yeah, this game is actually fairly hard. So.
Yeah, like we were gonna round robin, and then it's like, no, we're not gonna get through this game if we just go in a triangle.
But I mean, again, we're not gonna get through this game. Like, let's not try to hide this fact. We're not gonna be beating this game. This is a.
I think this is the last level we're probably gonna beat because the next one is Bespin, right?
Maybe. I don't remember the order of this game very well, but I just remember it starts to get stupidly hard.
Yes.
Right, and we don't want this to be like Dark Souls, where we spend 5 episodes doing the same thing over and over
again.
In the same zone,
yeah.
Characters.
So I think we were just recently talking about Rogue One and how Rogue One was supposed to be a gritty war movie, and then they just completely undercut that. Like, to me, what they if they wanted to do something interesting with Star Wars, what they should have done is they should have. If I had done it, I would have set the movie where the main characters are actually Imperials, right? And we would have actually had rebels participating in acts of basically terrorism or close enough to terrorism, to maybe at least make the audience realize that, hey, the people who are in the Empire are still people. They are not all monsters like Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. Humanize the Empire a little bit and show that not all the rebels are goody two-shoes, Jedi. And, Rogue One tried to do that, but just, I thought, completely failed at it because their characters were completely stale and unrelatable.
I think you could have fixed Rogue One's character issue much more simply by just deleting 2 characters. Just delete 2 characters and then you can spend more time on the others.
Blind Kung Fu guy.
And heavy armor guy, probably, yeah. Probably those 2. I mean, you could argue... It'd be hard to get rid of just about anyone else, right? Wait, are you blowing up those ships? I thought you were escorting them. Oh, no, you're blowing them up.
Those are enemies.
Well, not anymore. He's escorting them to oblivion.
Yeah, I'm escorting them to their grave.
I'd rather escort them to Skyrim, but...
Anyway, Skyrim is a much better game than Oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rogue One really frustrated me, and, to me, because of what Rogue One did to the underlying Star Wars universe...
Where the fuck did that rock come from?
Surprise asteroid!
Well, you do know that your odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field are...
something.
It, actually just came up on me out of nowhere, though.
It was after you.
Yeah, so if I had been in charge of making Rogue One, I would have done something that just completely inverts the good guy bad guy relationship, where
the corners on the edges you hit with ion cannon.
I remember.
Okay,
I have to get close enough though.
Where the protagonists are actually Imperials, and it's the rebels that are the villains in the movie. That's what I would have done. I think that would have been a much better,
that could have
much
been
more interesting.
The biggest sin, as soon as it was not the biggest sin, but the first problem I found with that movie was just the name, right? Because the name Rogue. I mean, we're playing Rogue Squadron, right? Like, that's where the term comes from in the Star Wars. That's where we know the term Rogue in the Star Wars universe. And
it's not even about a fighter squadron. It's about some group that's just like, we're stealing a ship.
We've gone rogue. We're just like Sarah Palin.
Right.
We're Mavericks.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty bad. But I mean, hey, almost everyone I talked to is all like, "Oh no, I love Rogue One. It was so great. It had AT-ATs and Star Destroyers and there was and R2-D2 and C-3PO were in it for a scene that was completely thrown in out of nowhere.
Yeah, you could tell that was like added in later after the fact when some producer's like, but where are R2 and C-3PO?
Yeah, we need to tie this in, just like we did in the fucking Force Awakens.
Now, to its credit, Rogue One does have some pretty spectacular cinematography in some points. Like the clips of the Star Destroyer hovering over that little city on that one planet. I don't remember the name of the planet. That's a desktop background or a screensaver right there.
Yes.
What's the name of the job of the person that does that, like decides the shots and stuff? That's the cinematographer, right?
I think so, yeah.
That whoever did that should be the person directing that
film.
And
that scene that was in the trailers of like the Star Destroyer coming out of the shadow of the Death Star and the lights on the Death Star look like stars, but then that was great.
Yeah, those people should have been directing this movie.
Those people were doing justice to the Star Wars license. But the people who were writing the movie, the people who directed the movie, they were just doing service to Disney's desire to make fan service.
I don't know if the direction was bad. I think it was all just the writing. Like, I think the staleness, like the characters were well enough acted for what they were. They just were written horribly.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much influence the director had on creative decisions.
Well, Disney, so not much.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, and for me, the thing that makes me like The Force Awakens better is that I hated all of Rogue One's characters. And at least The Force Awakens had characters that I liked and cared about. And I think Enek might disagree with me on that one.
Idris Elba guy was the worst character.
On Force Awakens?
Yeah.
I hated just about everything about Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I thought the characters were at least... I was annoyed.
I could find very little about that movie that I enjoyed.
But before we do that, because that'll be tomorrow, we'll go back to what Enek hates about Force Awakens the most. I do want to point out, like, I guess touch on, because everyone knows this already, the ending of Rogue One, where it basically just invalidates Episode 4 as an entire movie.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I don't buy Princess Leia's... claiming that she's on a diplomatic mission when Darth Vader literally watched her ship drop out of the belly.
Yeah, less than half an hour ago, if not 5 minutes ago.
And again, it breaks the Star Wars universe because that destroys the idea that Darth Vader was chasing her over a long period of time, tracking her across the galaxy. She just warped and then he warped after her and the first Star Wars movie takes place like 2 minutes after the end of Rogue One.
As awesome and badass as the action scene was, it was not worth destroying an entire movie.
Right. Rogue One breaks Star Wars in unforgivable ways. And if you like Rogue One, then...
I still enjoyed it when I watched it. It wasn't until afterward.
I didn't like it as a movie either. I thought the script was sloppy. Again, because the hyperdrive was a narrative crutch. I felt no dramatic tension. I mean, I knew all the characters were going to die from the start, right? Because that's the conceit of the movie. But I thought they would at least make it an interesting ride to get there. But they didn't, because everything was just so contrived.
Well, don't worry, because the way it's turning out, that was clever. The way the Han Solo movie is turning out, it's going to be even worse, right?
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, if you've heard what's going on the set and like the fact that they fired the directors 3 weeks before shooting Wrapped.
Yep.
What?
And apparently they had to hire an acting coach after all the filming was over so they could film reshoots of the guy who's playing Han Solo.
Yeah.
They hired an acting coach to coach him on acting,
Apparently,
even though they had already filmed the entire movie, so they can do reshoots of scenes of Han Solo.
Because he was doing such a poor job.
Presumably. That would be the reason you would hire an acting coach.
It could be they want completely different emotions out of him or a different direction.
What's left in this area? Thank you.
Yeah, you don't even have the radar pointing you to anything.
It's here somewhere, so it's like, I don't know if I'm just blowing up these or what, but...
maybe you do blow up these towers.
I kind of can't hear the in-game because
we're talking over it.
Going on, but...
Okay, yeah, I think you are blowing those up. I do seem to recall blowing those up.
I seem to recall.
Well, that was part of my problem in the first mission too, was I didn't hear any instructions that were being given to me. So.
Oh, look at that!
I think they were trying to tell me that there were fighters behind me, and I didn't hear it. So.
Yeah. I gotta let my bombs recharge anyway. So.
Yeah, is Enek gonna start ranting about characters in Force Awakens, or are we gonna save
that?
For...
We'll save that for tomorrow.
Right.
So I want to, I guess, agree with the way that Rogue One is broken. Although I still think it, as a self-contained movie, can be enjoyable. As a dumb action flick. And I know that's not a great defense of, it's an okay popcorn movie, because great movies are better popcorn movies.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the original Star Wars movies are great popcorn movies.
I didn't feel gypped out of my ticket price walking out of the theater.
Oh,
I don't remember having to wait this long for bombs to recharge.
And I think I saw it in IMAX too, which just made me even more angry because I had spent even more money on it.
Oh yeah, don't watch anything in IMAX or 3D.
I only went because it was my friend was going for his birthday. So it was like part of the birthday festivities.
Okay.
Was going to dinner and then going and seeing the movie because the movie came out like a couple days after his birthday. So that was the only reason I did it. I did not want to see the movie in IMAX. I did not. In fact, I could tell from the trailers that it was probably going to be just fan service bullcrap, and I was planning on waiting to see it in the dollar theaters. But you know, it was my friend's birthday, so whatever. I went and I gave Disney my $20 or however the heck it is that a friggin' IMAX movie costs now.
All right, let's listen to her. We need access to the hangar. Okay, destroy the Imperials guarding the hangar.
I can do that. Don't worry.
All right, go go go. Is this the fastest these things go?
This is literally, I'm going as fast as I can.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
I have max throttle on, so don't you worry. We'll get there.
We're really putting the pedal to the metal. This is like driving a Geo Metro right here. Or Jason's Echo. Do you still drive that Echo?
Yeah, I do.
Jason still has the bubble car.
It goes faster than these things do. I mean, at least when I'm the only one in it. If I have passengers, then it's slow.
So I guess my question to you, Jason, is the next is the Han Solo standalone? How
That's a dollar theater movie.
Yeah. In that movie, how are they going to introduce a new white female British actress to be one of the leads?
Yeah, exactly. How are they going to do that this time?
I'm sorry, is this like a news thing? I don't...
No, well, because the last two Star Wars movies had they went out of their way to hire a white female British actress. Like, that's apparently what you do to get a Star Wars lead now.
Yeah.
It's like the requirement. And granted, they were both fine actors. They are fine actors. But I do think it's funny that people are trying to find, bring out more diversity in these movies, yet we haven't seen an alien lead.
I was going to say, that was the most disappointing thing for me in both Force Awakens and whatever the latest one was.
Yeah, Rogue One. There's not a single alien main character.
Yeah, it's basically the designated alien heading.
And when you say alien, you are talking extraterrestrial, not. You're not talking about just hiring a minority actor. You are talking about an extraterrestrial character.
Right. Yes. We're not talking about hiring an undocumented citizen.
I'm not talking about getting Juan from the local.
We're not saying bring another British person in just this time on a visa
or another blind kung fu master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Blind Kung Fu Master could have been an okay character if he had a character.
I do want to say for the record that I do like that actor. I can't think of his name right now. The guy from what is it, Ip Man? Is that the name of the movie, Ip Man?
I don't know.
Yeah, I like him as an actor. He's a good actor. He's made some good movies. I just hated that character.
It didn't make a lot of sense in the space in which it was being presented.
You got bronze. That's good, because you turn those in for something, don't you?
I have no idea. I think they're just points.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps up the problems with Rogue One. I think tomorrow we're gonna.
Tomorrow if I'm not in control. I'm gonna fucking rip.
So next time on the branch, we'll hear Enek rant about how much he hates Force Awakens.
Yep.
God damn right.